Hey everyone, Steve with Legacy Classic Homes here, and this video is about solar panels. We have a lot of customers that are interested in doing solar panels but don't understand everything involved with doing them, what the advantages are and disadvantages are. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why you might want to do solar panels and why you might not want to do solar panels. So what are the advantages of having solar panels? Well, first off, lower utility bills. You are supplementing the electricity that you normally pay for by gathering it yourself. The next thing would be time of use optimization. So energy storage systems allow homeowners to use that power when the rates may be higher for the electricity that you buy. And last would be the tax incentives. Government tax incentives can go up to 30% for having supplemental green power sources like solar. So these can have added benefits on your tax bill. Another advantage is increased home value. So a really nicely outfitted solar system at a house could add value to the home the same way a remodeled kitchen or interior could. Another thing is you are going to open yourself up to more buyers who may be interested in buying a property that already has a supplemental energy system set up like solar panels. There are also environmental benefits to having solar power. It's a renewable energy that produces no greenhouse emissions and therefore lowers your carbon footprint. Solar panel and battery storage systems also give homeowners a sense of energy independence. So there is more resilience when power is down due to storms and other issues. And for those who want to be completely off the grid, that is achievable through solar panel system and battery storage systems also. There is a long-term durability to solar panels. They generally have about a 25-year life cycle and can withstand elements like weather, hail, and major storms. Lastly, if you are building a new home, they are ideal for new construction. Anytime you're doing something while you're building the home, it is easier to do it at that point than it is to retrofit later. Things like the wiring, the batteries, even the design of the floor plan that allows you plenty of roof space for the solar panels can all be figured out when you're designing the home and when you're building it. What are some disadvantages of doing a solar panel system? Cost is always the first one. Solar panels and the storage batteries can run you $10,000 to $50,000 plus, depending on the size of the system and what you're trying to use it for. So very expensive. Also, the incentives, while they reduce expenses, the payback period is still usually 5 to 15 years. So the return on the investment can take a while. It is a case that you will need to know that you're going to be in the home for a long period of time to see a recoup on your money. Weather dependence is obviously a disadvantage with solar panels. They require the sun to create power, and if you are in a part of the country or a time of the year when you are not seeing a lot of sun, you will not be generating as much power. Space and structural requirements can be a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to putting solar panels on a house. You need to have the roof space and you need to have the infrastructure in the house to make it work. You can also have certain roof shingle types that can make it more difficult to install the solar panels. The maintenance and lifespan of the solar panel systems can also be a disadvantage. The solar panels themselves have a fairly long life, but the batteries over time that you use for storing the power will start to degrade, and they are generally needing to be replaced every 10 or 15 years, and they are an expensive component of the system. The batteries also need regular monitoring and essentially can become a complex part of the system to have to deal with. The energy storage itself, the cost of it, is also a disadvantage, with battery systems usually running $5,000 to $20,000, and those are something over time that will need to be replaced. They also have a lower efficiency, so you do have some loss with the storage and retrieval of the power in the batteries. There are actually some potential disadvantages to the property tax implications, which are because the solar panel system may raise the value of your home, that may also lead to higher taxes on the property. Something here in Texas, we have high property taxes. So the more your home is worth, the more you are going to pay in property taxes. Lastly would be environmental concerns. On one hand, we understand this kind of energy storage is very green because it is renewable energy. We're just using the sun to create power. On the other hand, we are using batteries and components in the solar panels themselves, like silicon and heavy metals, that can have environmental impacts. So this is something to think about when using a solar panel system. Installing solar panel systems in newly built homes is a great option and is something that may be worth doing if you are somebody that thinks you are wanting to have a low carbon footprint, are going to stay in the home for a long time. However, they are expensive, so you do need to consider your return on investment.